What's up guys, welcome back to another video here at Achieve Academy, and today we'll be going through Pythagoras. Please like and subscribe and stick around to the end because I promise you it is this Our easy. Learning outcomes for today is to understand the concept of Pythagoras' theorem and to learn how to apply this knowledge, and also to solve Pythagoras questions to find variables and to solve questions with more than one triangle. So, what is Pythagoras' theorem? Pythagoras' theorem states that in any right angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. In this lesson, we will focus on solving for all three sides of the triangle, and to use the other knowledge of shapes when answering exam questions. There are three sides of a right angled triangle: the adjacent, the opposite, and the hypotenuse. The adjacent and the opposite can change depending on trigonometry, what you will learn later on as a grade 5 or plus skill. But the hypotenuse will always stay the same. The hypotenuse is a word for the longest side of the triangle and is represented by the letter C. As we can see below the triangle here, Pythagoras' equation is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So, if a equaled 3 and b equaled 4, what would c equal? First, we would write 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. We then square 3 and 4 to get 9 plus 16 equals c squared, plus 9 and 16 to get 25 equals c squared, square root both of them to get 5 equals c. As many of you may notice, our sides have gone 3, 4, 5. This is an example of a Pythagorean triple. Multiplications of 3, 4, 5 in this order are also Pythagorean triples, just as 6, 8, and 10. Now it's that time to use some maths exam questions from Maths Genie to have a go and practice. Have a go, pause the video and unpause. So, in question 1, we are given sides of AB equals 4.8 and BC equals 3.6. We want to work out AC. As we can see, AC is our C value for this question, as we have the base and the height. So, 4.8 squared plus 3.6 squared equals c squared. 4.8 squared plus 3.6 squared equals 36, so 36 equals c squared. We square root both sides to get c equals 6, which is our final answer. In question 2, we are given the lengths of AC, which is 6.75, and CB, which is 17.55. We are asked to calculate the length of AB. As you can see here, we're given our A and our C values for this question, so we must work out our value of B. So, we would write 6.75 squared plus B squared equals 17.55 squared. We rearrange the equation to get B squared equals 17.55 squared minus 6.75 squared, which is also writing B squared equals 262.44. We then square root both sides to get our final answer of b equals 16.2. If you can't quite understand why Pythagoras' theorem works, have a look at this example here. Draw a square on each side of the right angled triangle and calculate the area of each square. Whatever a, b, or c might be, a times a equals a squared, as they are all squares. So whatever the length times the height, they will be the same. Pythagoras' theorem's proof is the area of the largest square is the sum of the area of the other two squares. Here are some more exam questions to have a go at. Have a go, pause the video and unpause when you... So, as we can see, we have two triangles in our question. These triangles share a common side. And as we've been learning, if we use Pythagoras, we can work out this side. So if we use Pythagoras in the first question, we can then use it in the second question to find the length of AD. So, we've already been given our C and our A value for this question. Remember, if you have your A and B's the other way, don't worry, but I've just labelled 14 as A. So, 14 squared plus B squared equals 19 squared. We then rearrange to write B squared equals 19 squared minus 14 squared, which you can then write B squared equals 165. Then, B would equal the square root of 165. You could write it as whatever root 165 equals, but I advise you write it in the square root form as it makes your life a lot easier instead of writing a bunch of numbers down. So, we then, in our second triangle, had the length of 10. And we were working out our length of C, and we've already got A and B. So, 10 squared plus root 165 squared equals C squared. Anything to the root squared equals the number inside the root. So, 10 squared, 100, plus 165 equals C squared. So C squared equals 265. So C equals root 265. In our question, we are asked to give our answer to three significant figures. So, we would write our answer in the numerical form of 16.3. In our second question, we're asked to calculate the length of AB and to give our answer to three significant figures. So, first we look at the triangle what we have two lengths for, which is our triangle ADC. As we already have our A and our B value, we must work out our C value. So, 4 squared plus 7 squared equals C squared. So 65 equals C squared. As I've stated, our C value in our first triangle is now our B value for our second triangle. So, A squared plus 65 equals 9.5 squared. And we can rewrite that for A squared equals 9.5 squared minus 65. We square root the whole equation to get A equals 9.5 minus root 65, which then gives us an answer of 5.02 to three significant figures. It's now time to have a go at the hardest exam questions you'll probably be asked at a grade 4 level for Pythagoras. Have a go, pause the video and unpause when you've done. So, if we look at our first question, we can see a ladder reaches a height of 2.5 meters up a vertical wall. The base of the ladder is 70 centimeters from the base of the wall on a horizontal ground. Find the length of the ladder. As we can see, we've got different measurements here. We've got some in meters and some in centimeters. So first, we convert our meters into centimeters, as they're easy to calculate. So, 2.5 meters equals 250 centimeters. We then draw a triangle, a right angle triangle, as it is on a horizontal ground, which means flat. So we have a triangle here with a height of 250 centimeters and a base of 70. Now we simply just use Pythagoras. 70 squared plus 250 squared equals C squared. So 67,400 equals C squared. So the root of 67,400 equals C, which then equals 259.6150997 equals C. As we've dealt with whole numbers, round your answer to the nearest whole number unless you're told otherwise. So we'd write our final answer of 260 centimeters. Make sure that you write centimeters for your length and also stated that you've rounded in your answer. In our second question, a television has a diagonal length of 50 inches. The ratio of the length of the television to the width of the television is 4:3. Calculate the length and the width of the television. Give your answer correct to one decimal place. So, the TV is a rectangle, and the diagonal length is from one side to the other side diagonally. As we know, our ratio is in 4:3, so we simply write 4x and 3x to give it values. We then use Pythagoras' equation, so 4x bracket squared. Make sure you put your brackets in, because 4x squared is not the same as 4x bracket squared. So, 4x squared plus 3x all squared equals 50 squared. So, 16x squared plus 9x squared equals 2,500. 25x squared then equals 2,500. We can divide both sides by 25 to get x squared equals 100 and x to equal 10. Here we then sub x back into our original values. So we times 4 by 10 to get 40 and 3 by 10 to get 30. Remember, as the question has asked for one decimal place, you should always write, say, 40.0 to get the marks. Some examiners will not actually award you marks if you don't put that 0.0, because you're not doing what the question has told them. It's harsh, but they do it, and it'd be a silly way to lose out marks on an exam. So, the length would be 40.0 and the width would be 30.0. And that is the end of today's lesson, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. And I did tell you it was that easy. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.